Hello and welcome to the City of Leavenworth podcast. Again, City Manager Paul Kramer here with Mayor Mark Preisinger. It's Monday, October 15th, a cold morning here in Leavenworth. I think the weather will take us into our first topic. As we go from summer, hopefully we get a little bit of fall, and that brings leaves. And the city offers a leaf program that we've been doing for a number of years now. And Mayor Preisinger, why don't you tell us a little bit about the leaf program?
Okay. Thank you, Paul, and thank you to USD 453 for sponsoring this podcast. Paul mentioned, City Manager Kramer mentioned about the LEAF program. The city offers curbside leaf pickup to residents from Spruce to Eisenhower Road in 2018, the southern part of the city. This program is very weather dependent. It is scheduled to begin November 5th. Curbside leaf pickup is offered to half the city each alternating year. For example, in 2017, the city offered a curbside pickup to the northern half. In 2016, the southern half. This is done to meet the quick turnaround of leaf pickup in unpredictable Kansas weather. So, best way to remember it, odd number years, northern part of the city, even number years, southern part of the city. Even though we start at November 5th, we will probably make at least 2 passes, possibly as many as 3 or 4 passes in the southern part of the city. It's up to the residents to put their leaves curbside, so when the leaf truck comes around, they can pick them up curbside. They do not come into your yard and rake your leaves.
So why do we do half the city a year? What is the program design? Why did the commission end up settling on that solution?
We have 2 leaf pickup vehicles, trucks, vacuums, whatever they are. We're buying 2 new ones, approximately $100,000 for 2 of them. If we try to do the entire city, we'd probably need 4 leaf pickup machines. It's very difficult to manage the expectations. The leaves don't fall all at the same time. They start early November or late October. Our first pickup's early November, and we'll probably be picking them up through first couple weeks of December. It's very weather dependent. If we have a lot of rain or snow, it's almost impossible to pick up the wet leaves. So we offer half the city on alternating years to try to manage to the expectations. Very difficult to do. We do not take appointments. We just run the leaf truck, leaf vacuum through that part of the city during those times and try to get as many as possible.
And during those times, if it is your half of the city that's receiving leaf pickup that year, the city on our Facebook page and website will tell you which grids we're doing each day, so you can try to get out ahead of that. And again, leaves to be raked out to the curb line, and then we'll come by and get them. The question I get sometimes is what happens if you're not on the leaf collection route in a given year, and there's a couple different options. You can bag your leaves for regular garbage collection in the city of Leavenworth. We take yard waste through refuse service. You could also take your leaves to the brush site at 1803 South 2nd Street for free disposal. Those site hours are Tuesday through Saturday, 8:30 to 3:50 until the last day of November. Clippings and brush site are used for making compost, and that compost is available for residents free of charge at the brush site. And I know that there are also things you can do with the leaves on your own property, doing your own composting, which is something that if you're interested in getting involved in, you can call the service center and we can direct you to some good resources for that. Switching topics a little bit, let's talk about a stormwater program fee. If you pay attention to the city's goings-on in the newspaper or website or Facebook, you've probably heard about this stormwater fee that's been in the works for about 18 months. We've had about 20 public meetings on that. And the commission has gone forward with that. One thing that some people listening may not understand is that everybody pays, including properties that are property tax exempt. I think your churches, your organizations, even your schools. And so, Mayor Preisinger, what's the rationale for including everybody in the stormwater program fee?
The stormwater fee supports projects that benefit everyone who uses the roads, the parks, everyone who walks on the sidewalks, who shop downtown. The infrastructure that keeps those amenities usable is failing, and we need to start replacing manholes, repairing pipes, rebuilding drainage ways, restoring creeks, and helping residents, organizations, and businesses suffering from water issues. It's a huge program. We're collecting approximately $1.2 million a year at the current rate of $84 per rooftop per residential home. And we estimate, City Manager Kramer talked a little bit more, it's a $75 to $80 million long-term project.
And obviously with a project backlog of that size, it's not anything that's going to be solved overnight, over the next 10 or probably even over the next 20 or 25 years. We do ask residents that have issues, whether it's neighboring creek beds, sinkholes, or anything that they've seen, to please contact the city, and we will evaluate that. We will prioritize them, and it could be a little while before we reach all of the issues that we have identified, but work will start on the first probably half dozen projects early in the year. Switching gears again, it's budget season, but not the budget you're thinking of. The city does the operating budget in the summer, which is the main budget for the city that handles the police department, fire department, parks and recs, public works, administration, refuse, stormwater, everything. But we have a second smaller budget that happens this time of year, and that is the capital budget. And Mayor, can you tell us a little bit about the difference or the things that are addressed in the capital budget?
The capital budget, or sometimes referred to as the CIP, capital improvement projects, those are long. We do a 5-year plan on how we're going to do these capital projects. Things that are included in the CIP or capital budget are parks, the ball fields, playground equipment, etc. Another thing is equipment, which includes police cars, fire trucks, mowers, backhoes, equipment, big equipment like that. Roads. Obviously, our entire road program takes a lot of money, and we need to plan that out. And then buildings, animal control, stone replacement at the community center, etc.
Yeah, the capital budget are items that the general public sees more often. Sidewalks are also included in the capital budget. So the first study session that we'll talk about that the public is welcome to come to and hear the presentation will be November 6th. That's Tuesday night, November 6th at 7 o'clock in the City Commission chambers. A couple news and notes before we close today. Coming up, a big event for the city is on October 20th is the Haunted Depot. That used to be the Haunted Havens that we moved down to the community center, and it's been a big success. We're partnering with the University of St. Mary to do a haunted house in the depot. There's a Scaredy Cat tour for those not quite up to the full effects of a haunted house from 5 to 6:30. And then this year's theme is Nightmare on Esplanade Street. Will be between 7 and 10 p.m. We also do a trunk or treat type event in the gym that residents are welcome to come down to. You can register online or pay at the door. It's a good time if you're looking for a job to come work for the city of Leavenworth. We have competitive pay and excellent benefits, and we have a number of openings right now, including police officer, firefighter, animal control officer, a stormwater equipment operator, a housing custodian, a solid waste collector, a park technician, a GIS technician, an executive administrative assistant, a temporary campground manager, and a temporary riverfront community center custodian. So lots of job opportunities at the city. Again, a good place to work, good benefits, and rewarding work. The last news and note I had was that the Veterans Day Parade is coming up. It'll be Monday, November 12th. Veterans Day is on a Sunday this year. It's the Veterans Day Parade Committee that determines the day of the parade, and they've elected to do it on Monday, November 12th. And finally, we have an election coming up, and Mayor Preisinger want to share some relevant information about what's going to happen here at the election.
The election is Tuesday, November 6th. Although there are no city elections on November 6th, there are elections for the county, for state offices, national offices, for the U.S. representative. Early registration closes tomorrow, Tuesday, October 16th. You have to be registered to vote by then. In order to vote, you can do early registration at the county courthouse at 4th and Walnut. Early voting begins Wednesday, October 17th. And it goes until noon on Monday, November 5th. Once again, regular voting is Tuesday, November 6th. There's one item on the ballot which I'm in favor of, and I'm not speaking for the commission, but I'm speaking my personal feelings on the give me 5 or the 5 county commissioners. That's a question that's being brought before the voters. I'm definitely in favor of raising the number of commissioners at the county level from 3 to 5. Many counties in the state have at least 5. It gives us a diversity of opinion. 2 commissioners can actually talk to one another about a subject or a topic outside of regular meetings. Right now they can't. It just will provide better representation, and I think it gives us a better quality of government at the county level. So I encourage everyone to be registered to vote, and obviously to vote either early voting beginning Wednesday, October 17th, or on normal election day on Tuesday, November 6th. Thank you.
Well, that concludes podcast number 3 for the City of Leavenworth. You can catch us now on iTunes as well as on the city's Facebook page to listen. Once again, send any questions, any issues, any topics you'd like us to address to City Hall. Comment on our Facebook page. Reach out to us any way that you can. Thank you again to USD 453 for hosting today, and we hope you enjoyed the podcast, and we'll look forward to talking to you next time.